left your phone face down, no sound. Said nothing, but I heard it loud. You asked if I'm fine right after you left. I said I don't know. You said that's fair. You laughed at the movie, but didn't look once. I watched your shoulder like it might respond. You hold my hand, then let it go. You never fight, but leave too slow. You were quiet, but it sounded like goodbye. You didn't flinch when I started to cry. You always talk, just not when it counts. I wait for words, you leave them out. I read your message, 3 dots then none. You said tomorrow, but never come. I brought you coffee, you left it cold. I stayed through things you'll never hold. You didn't lie, but didn't stay. You were honest in a selfish way. You were quiet, but it sounded like goodbye. You watched the door, but didn't ask why. You always mean to not mean much, but every pause feels like a cut. Just something real. You say it softly so you don't feel. But I heard you leave when you stayed that night. And silence can't make it right. You were quiet, but it sounded like goodbye. You didn't move when I asked you. And I knew that was the loudest thing you do. I knew from the start you were a little too calm. I watched how you listened like I was already gone. You told me your past with a shrug and a smile, and something in me stayed one more mile. You never promised that you'd stay, but I kept showing up anyway. And I bet on you like I had something to win, and knowing full well what falling could have been. But I'd rather lose than never begin. You were a risk, but I let you in. Ooh. My friends said wait, but I never do. You look like a question I wanted to prove. You said this could break, but held my hand like someone who might understand. You gave me doubt, but I made it hope. Your silence came and I still spoke. 'Cause I bet on you with both feet in, like love was fire and I needed the burn again. You didn't ask, but I still chose. You were the maybe I wanted most. Some people love safe, some need proof, but I took one look and ran toward you. Even if you never stay, I'd still bet on you today. I bet on you like I had no doubt. I said your name with both lungs out. And maybe I'll lose, but maybe I don't. You were a risk, but I made you home. My skin feels heavy, like I'm wearing regret. You asked what's wrong, and I just said not yet. Your kindness stings like something I owe. I smile and nod, but wish you go. It's not that I don't care, I just don't know how to let someone in when I'm breaking down. I feel too much for you to see me. You're not too soft, but it still bleeds me. I want your love, but it burns right through. I wish I was someone who could handle you. You stay too long, and I hold my breath. You say I'm here, and I feel the depth. I don't want silence, but noise feels worse. And even your warmth can feel like a curse. I'm tired of hiding in rooms full of light. I just need space to lose this fight. I feel too much for you to see me. Your hands are soft, but they still freeze me. I need your arms, but not too tight. I need some dark to miss the light. I know it's selfish to push you out when all you do is love without doubt. But I need to be alone, not unloved. Please don't confuse this quiet for enough. I feel too much, but I still care. If I pull away, it's not that you're not there. Just let me fall where no one sees. Then maybe one day I'll come back to me. I saw you smile in someone's arms. I said good for you, but blinked too hard. You held her close like I once stood. She touched your face like I once would. She made you laugh, I looked away. I knew that sound from better days. She sees the now, but not the past. She gets the ease I held too fast. But I knew him first. His quiet breaks, his morning thoughts, his smallest aches. I knew the way he looks when wrong. I kept him soft when things went long. She calls him kind, and so he is, but she won't know the things he missed. He tells her half of who he was. I held the rest before it passed. She holds his hand, I held his fear. She holds his name, I held him near. But I knew him first. His late night doubts, his softer voice when lights went out. I knew the cracks beneath his smile. She sees the part I loved a while. I don't want what we had then, but I still know who he was when I knew him first. Not best, not right, but held his storm before his light. She gets the calm, I got the fight. He's smiling now, but I knew that night. We tried so hard to make it stay, but some love grows the wrong way. You held the door, I held the light. We both were wrong, but stayed polite. I bent to fit, you stood your ground. We called it love, but lost the sound. We stayed for hope, but not for peace. I wanted more than just repeat. So this is where I let you go, not with a fight, but soft and slow. I won't erase what made me true, but growing up means leaving too. You said you'll miss the quiet nights. I smiled back and said you might. We weren't wrong, but not quite right. We tried tried too hard to hold too tight. I gave my all, you gave your best, but some good things don't pass the test. So this is where I let you go, not with regret, just letting you know. We made a place, but it's not mine, and peace is not what needs a sign. You taught me love can't always stay, but I can still walk all the way. So this is where we don't hold on, and that's not weak, it just moves on. I love you quiet from this side, but now I choose myself with pride. You hold your breath like love might steal the quiet peace you taught to feel. You look away when I lean in, like every start might break again, but not all risks end in regret. Some just lead where light is kept. If you don't try, you'll never know what hearts can build when we let go. I won't push, but I'll stay near. You don't have to run from what's sincere. You say you've learned what pain can do, but don't you think that I have to? We're not untouched, we're just aware that love is rare and worth the care. No perfect words, just steady eyes. Some things grow when no one tries. If you don't try, you'll miss the part where soft becomes the bravest heart. I can't promise it won't sting, but hiding never changed a thing. You don't have to leave, just step through. And if it shakes, I'll shake with you. If you don't try, the chance will fade, and we'll both wonder what we made. So take this hand You smiled like I wouldn't guess, like all the signs weren't screaming yes. You held her hand like you used to mine, and called it closure to cross that line. I kept my voice but lost my pride, and every calm felt like a lie. Was I blind or just in denial? You moved on like love was on trial. I scream in silence where no one looks, 'cause your betrayal never made the books. She wears your hoodie like I never did, and laughs like you didn't beg me to forgive. I scroll and stop on things I hate, then wonder why I still take the bait. I cut my hair but not the thread. You're still a ghost inside my head. Was I blind or just afraid to see you choose to walk away? I held the pieces you left undone, but you ran like you already won. I want to hate, but I still care, and that's the part that's most unfair. Was I blind or just too kind? Was loving you a waste of time? I wish I screamed or slammed the door, but I just stood and loved no more. You look good in that photo she posted, wearing the jacket you swore you never liked. I smile because it felt like I should, even though I wasn't alright. My friends all say you dodged a mess, but they don't know how much I second guess. Said I'm happy for you, and I wanted to mean it, but something inside still breaks when I see it. I let you go like I knew how, but I still feel like I'm losing now. You said you hope I find someone true. I nodded, but what if it was you? I talk like we were never that deep, but my voice shakes when I try to sleep. I tell myself this is for the best, but I still scroll and fail the test. I said I'm happy for you, and maybe that's brave, but part of me still wants to be the name you save. I let you go with practice grace, but I'm still stuck in that same place. You moved on like a story, you wrote the part I played, and now I smile on the surface, but cry why you never stayed. I said I'm happy for you, and maybe I will be, but Today I'm just honest with the hurt that lives in me. You got hurt and I've got through, and that's all I can do. Told me you needed time, so I gave you silence. You said you weren't ready, so I kept my distance. I watched your name go dim on my phone screen. Thought maybe that meant you were missing me. But you moved on like it didn't count, like we were just a pause between other things. You smiled in your photos with someone new, like it didn't mean a thing. I'm not saying you cheated, but it feels like you did. Not with your hands, but with the way you forget. You laughed too soon, you look too okay, and I'm still learning how to fake the same. 'Cause you moved on like it didn't count, like we were just a stop on your way through. I gave you time, you gave it to her, like you already knew. I keep telling myself you didn't lie, but there's a way to leave that still feels like goodbye. You moved on like it didn't count, and maybe that says enough. You said you cared, but you cared too fast, and I was never enough. But I still showed. You left your mess, I cleaned the road. You never called, but I still checked. Your name lit up, but never text. Renew the signs, you looked away, but I stayed still, I stayed anyway. I gave you space, you took my light. You held me once, then slept that night. I wasn't what you hoped I'd be, but I still stayed. When you left me, you like control, I bent to fit. I said I'm fine, you smiled at it. You weren't cruel, just never here. I whispered love, you didn't hear. You moved your heart, but not your place. I held my breath, I stayed anyway. I gave you peace, you wanted none. I watched you flinch when I held on. You said it's hard, I still stayed when I felt empty. This isn't hate, this isn't shame, it's just a line I won't erase. I gave you more than you could hold and watched it slip like something old you won't recall. But that's okay, I still loved you. I stayed anyway. If you had called on that last cold night, if I had stayed instead of picking a fight, if we had paused before the last line, maybe our story would have turned out fine. But almost doesn't make it true. Maybe doesn't mean me and you. If we were real, we'd still be here. You'd know my voice without the fear. We'd talk like lovers, not ghosts in bed. But we're just pages never fully read. You held my hand like it was glass, and I smiled like I could make it last. But we wrote scripts we couldn't play, and loved like people just in the way. You said forever, so gently torn. But some hearts just don't get born. If we were real, you'd say my name like it still meant something the same. We'd wake up calm instead of cold. But we both knew we couldn't hold. I see our life in the mirror steam, not what it was, but what it seemed. If we were real, we wouldn't try to fit this ending into a lie. We just admit we almost were, and leave the rest to never occur. I don't trust the quiet parts, the way it builds and breaks apart. I've been left mid-sentence too, so now I flinch when love feels true. But you're still here, still holding back. And maybe that's what I can't lack. So teach me how to not be scared, to take your hand and just stay there. I don't need loud, just need real, someone who stays when I feel. I've learned to leave before I fall, pretend the weight was never small. But now your eyes don't look away, and something in me wants to stay. If you have space for broken things, can I be held like I have wings? So teach me how to feel again, to let love in and not defend. I want to want without regret, to not say no when I mean yes. Don't fix me, just wait with me. Not every heart needs symmetry. So teach me how to give you trust, to see the gold, not just the rust. And if I shake, please understand. I wanna stay, just need your hand. Talk less now when you're around. Choose my words so you won't drown. I wear your silence like perfume, hoping you'll notice when I leave the room. I don't know when I got this small, but you hold me like I'm worth it all. I shrink for you just to stay close, hide who I am so you love me most. You break me down with gentle hands, and I say I'm fine so you understand. You said I'm strong but not too loud. You're too much when I'm too proud. I learned to bend before I break, but now I wonder what it takes to feel like me without your name, and love myself without your frame. 'Cause I shrink for you in every way, to be the kind of girl you'd stay. I miss myself but not enough when you're the only kind of love. I built a room inside your world and called it safe just to be your girl. But safe and small are not the same, and love like this can't keep its name. I shrink for you, but now I see the cost of love shouldn't be me. If I walk out and you stay still, I'll grow again even if it kills. the smallest things, but you always find my hand. Like that alone makes you understand. It's not perfect, but it's real, and every scar just helps it heal. So stay with me anyway, on the good days and the gray. Not 'cause we have to, but we choose to stay. You don't need to fix what isn't broken, just hold my truth like it's been spoken. Some nights feel a little far, but your breath still knows my heart. You see me clear when I fall apart, and stay close when I restart. We've built this home from quiet trust, a kind of love that learns from dust. So stay with me anyway, even when I pull away. And if my voice shakes or hides, you'll know it's me trying to try. You never ran when it got hard, you leaned in with both arms. This isn't luck, this is intent, this is the promise after the end. So stay with me anyway, not for show, not for praise, just 'cause I'm yours and you are mine. Not by fate, but by design. And if we fall, we'll still remain side by side through joy and strain. I don't need perfect or polished lines, just someone soft when life unravels mine. Don't have to save me or take control, just be the kind who wants to know. I've learned that love can break and mend, and still be love until the end. If you're real, show me the cracks, don't hide the way to hold it back. I don't want charm or something loud, just quiet love you say out loud. I won't pretend to be all grace, just need someone who sees the space between the words, between the mess, and doesn't leave when I confess. I don't want more than you can give, just what is true and wants to live. If you're real, don't If you're real and still unsure, just walk with me and close the door. We'll write the rest as we both heal. No grand design, just love that's real. Left it in my notes, didn't send it, but I meant it. Typed out your name, then backspace twice, changed it to you, just in case. You always hated when I overthink, so I drafted and never hit send. I left it in my notes at 2:04 a.m. under grocery lists and dream ideas. Just one more thing I almost said, but saved for later and never showed. You like the truth, but not when it's done. So I softened till it said nothing. There's a folder with your name, full of things you'll never read. I left it in my notes next to a half-written song, a date I never brought up and a joke you'd get. I didn't delete it, but I didn't need to. It's just there, like you still are, unread, but not unwritten. I found your note, folded into nothing. No name, just the way you always ended things. I kept the coffee warm, even after you left. Some habits aren't for people, they're for memory. I didn't ask if you were sure. You didn't offer to explain. We had silence that sounded like we meant well, but didn't know how to stay. You barely said goodbye, just a look I still carry in my throat. And I let you leave, like maybe you'd turn around, but maybe you already had. The chair you used still leans back a little, like it remembers your weight. I water the plant you forgot to take, but it leans toward the window more than before. You didn't break me, but you left like someone who knew exactly how to disappear. You barely said goodbye, but it echoed in the quiet for weeks. And now the house is fine, but something in me still waits for the door. place, fading. First it was shorter messages, then fewer questions, then silence that didn't feel like quiet. You were gone long before I admitted it. You forgot me slowly, like a clock ticking in another room. You forgot me softly, like dust on something you used to love. I started talking less so you wouldn't have to, and you called it peace. The worst part is not the end, it's the days before that look so much like love, like love. You forgot me slowly, but I remember everything. That's what makes it worse. I crossed the street without looking both ways. Like I was still half hoping you'd be there. I packed my things but left your book on purpose, just to see if you'd notice. You didn't, and that hurt less than I thought. I left the room, but not the feeling. Half of me forgot to leave. The half that waited in the doorway, the half that still listens for your voice when the kettle boils. I walked away, but left something behind. I keep your contact pinned, not to call, just to pretend it's still mine to lose. You let me go like I never stayed, but I did more than you'll ever know. Half of me forgot to leave, and maybe you never knew that I was even there, but I was, and I stayed longer than I should have, but only stayed believing longer than I should. You faded while I was still calling you back. I stayed louder than you. I loved harder than you let me. I said I'm here while you said I might be. I stayed and you ghosted the ending. I traced our memories like maps to nowhere. And you forgot to even leave a note. You never had to shout to be heard, but I screamed in silence and you still missed it. I stayed louder than you. I burned brighter than you blinked. I fought for something you were already burying. I stayed and you let me, but not enough to stay. I didn't plan this, didn't try, but your laugh slipped under mine. I used to count the reasons why love could break me, but you just listened, never tried to save me. Now here we are, hands too close, and I don't flinch like I used to. Most every wall I built too high, you never climbed, you waited outside, and I fell into it without the fear, without a voice, screaming disappear. You held the silence till I spoke, you kept the weight when I broke. This isn't loud, but it's true, and somehow I'm loving you. I fell into it. We don't talk about forever, but every night you make it better. You don't ask for more than I can give, you just show me how to live. I stop holding on to pain, and your name fit in the space I couldn't name, and I fell into it like light in the morning, quiet right. You never rushed, you just stayed till I felt safe again. This isn't loud, but it's real, and somehow you made me feel I fell into it. You're 6 hours ahead, still sent a good night. I read it slow under yellow light. You said the moon looked kinda like mine. Maybe that's how we share the sky. I miss you most at coffee breaks, in silent songs and empty plates. I'm under half the sky, but thinking of you full time. In every train, in every street, I find where you used to be. You're in the corners of my room, in the quiet afternoon. No need for stars to tell me why you're always here in half the sky. Your hoodie still hangs by the door. I wear it when I feel unsure. The sleeves still fold like your embrace, and I still lean into empty space. We didn't mean for miles to grow, but love stayed close. You should know I'm under half the sky, but you're the thought that never dies. In every line I try to write, you appear like soft twilight. You're in the way my silence sings, in the pool of missing things. No need for stars to tell me why you're always here in half the sky. In half the sky. I'm under half the sky, but you're the thought that never dies. In every line I try to write, you appear like soft twilight. You're in the way my silence sings, in the pool of missing things. No need for stars to tell me why you're always here in half the sky.
I gave you soft answers, and you filled them with silence. I held the room together, but the cracks learned your name. I stayed with everything I had, and you left with nothing. Said I stayed lighter than you left. I gave more than you let in, let in.
I clean the place twice today, but nothing really changed. Your jacket's gone, but I still hang my thoughts where yours used to stay. My friends say I should try to let it all go, but they don't know the quiet feels loud on nights like this. Empty rooms still talk to me. They hold your name in the air I breathe. I'm not crying, just waiting for the silence to leave me be. I wear my smile like a borrowed coat, warm enough but never mine. I scroll through photos of people who look like they're doing fine. And maybe tomorrow won't ache the same, but tonight I fold my hopes like clothes I'll never pack. Empty rooms still talk to me, like you're still here where you used to be. I'm not broken, just learning to sit with this quiet grief. I sit right there, on your couch, then laughed like it was a joke. You smiled, but didn't look up. Picked at your sleeve, like it said more than I did. You asked if I wanted tea, like that was an answer. And maybe it was. I thought I'd feel lighter, but now I'm just quieter. You didn't say anything, not me too, not I'm sorry, not even let's talk later. Just silence and the sound of your kettle boiling. I stayed longer than I should have. Watched you stir sugar into something you didn't drink. You asked if I wanted a ride. I said I'm fine, but I wasn't. No answer, still an answer, I know, but it's the kind that takes longer to hurt. You didn't say anything, and that said everything. And I said everything. You didn't say anything, and that said everything. Woke up late, no dreams of you. just the sun cutting through the room. Wash the sweater you once left, folded it with no regret. Played our song but didn't cry, sang along like it wasn't mine. Used to feel like I was drowning, now it's just waves receding. I'm lighter now, like breath after breaking down. No more weight pulling me back to the ground. I don't hate you, don't miss you much, just found peace in giving up. I'm lighter now, walked past that old street light where you kissed me. That one night didn't stop, didn't ache, just kept walking straight. You were a storm, but I love the rain. Now the skies are clear again. I'm lighter now, like breath after breaking down. No more weight pulling me back to the ground. I don't hate you, don't miss you much, just found peace in giving up. I'm lighter and that's okay. I held it in for so long, I forgot I was holding it. You asked me why I never said it, and I smiled like that wasn't the most complicated thing. You thought I didn't care enough, but really I just cared too quietly. I thought you knew the way I looked at you meant something, but I never checked if you looked back. I didn't mean to keep it, I just didn't know where it could land without breaking. You waited
last night, but I didn't slow down. Your voice still lives in the space between songs, but it doesn't interrupt like it used to. I used to pause just to miss you on purpose, but now I let it play. I still remember the way your hands felt right, the way you called me home with your eyes. I still remember what we were, but I don't want to go back there. The notes you left are in a box I don't open. I don't need to read to know what they said. And I'm not angry, I'm just quiet now, and that used to scare me. I still remember the good parts, the laughter, the safe, but memory is not a reason, and love is not a dog. I still remember that old ride going back. I thought of you at 3 a.m. again. You left your coat at my place, and I still never moved it. You used to hum when you brushed your teeth, like every morning was a song I missed. I don't hate you, I just wish you had said goodbye like you meant it. We were nothing, we were late night talks and takeout boxes and laughing too loud in parking lots. Maybe we broke, but baby, we were still something. I saw your name in a playlist and smiled before skipping. I never told you, but I like how you looked in blue. You were wrong for me, and I knew heavy. I laughed without checking if someone noticed. I still remember, but I don't rewind. This feels like a second first time, like starting again but softer. I'm not rushing, I'm just ready to let the light in again. I said yes to something small, and it opened the whole day. Didn't think I could, but I didn't need proof. Turns out healing isn't loud, it's just waking up and not feelings. Feels like a second first time. No pressure, no plan, just breathing. I'm not overthinking, I'm just okay, and that's more than enough. Hello again to the part of me I miss.